Hello beautiful people, I am back. I've decided that I might start my YouTube up again, but for now this one is essentially just a video podcast, so it'll be on YouTube, it'll be on Spotify, and hopefully Apple Podcasts. I've been trying to get that to work, but it's not very great. If you're watching the video, please ignore my red face. I have just got back from the gym, and my gym is very different to your gym. As a chronically ill person, even walking up the stairs can make me look like a sweaty tomato, as I told my friends the other day. Yeah, sweaty tomato, my new little catchphrase there. But anyway, this video is basically to tell you where I've been. I haven't done a podcast episode in about a month, and when I started my podcast I was convinced I was going to do one a week, but again, disability, chronic illness, anyone that has one knows what it's like, and here we are, a month later. So let me fill you in on my life. I've just checked my Spotify to see when my last podcast was, and it was almost 2 months ago, not 1 month ago. But there's a lot to fill you in on. So my last podcast was the 5th of July. A lot has happened since then, so let's get into it. Since July, a lot has happened. Anyone that knows me knows that I won Miss Essex Inspirational in June, and since then I've sort of found a love for pageants, and as a disabled person I want to show people that you can still do all these things, and I managed to find a pageant that is exclusively for people with a disability, chronic illness, even hidden disabilities. So I'm a finalist for that as well. It's the Miss Warrior pageant that is, I believe, in November, and I'm also doing the Miss Empower charity pageant, which is in September. So very excited, got 2 coming up, even more that I want to do. There's just so much, and I love the pageant system. So it's honestly one of the most supportive systems that I've seen. So I used to be a dancer, everything got way too competitive, like obviously it's competition, but so are pageants as well, and being in those 2 different environments, I can massively see the difference in them. Also, recording with my camera, right, I've got a Canon G7X Mark III, right, and I just keep looking at how red my face is. I have no makeup on, purely because I don't want to, and I need to get more comfortable with talking to you guys without makeup. So here we are, sweaty tomato still. Today was cardio day at the gym, and my heart does not like cardio at all. I think I potentially have POTS, which I do have an appointment for later today, so we shall see what goes on there. But if I stand up, my heart rate can go to like 150, 160, and some days even sitting up, it just doesn't like me. So I have heard that doing the recline cycling does help people with POTS a bit easier than normal cycling, walking, the elliptical, anything like that. So I've tried it, it does work a lot better for me, and that's also like the majority of my fundraising I'm doing. So I will put the link in the show notes on Spotify and the description on YouTube, but I am fundraising for the EDS Society. I have EDS, obviously. It's Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I have the hypermobile type, and basically my idea was I want to travel 1 kilometre for every pound that's donated. So whether that's pushing in my wheelchair, walking, elliptical, cycling, like literally anything I can, except using my electric wheelchair, because I don't think that should count because it's a bit too easy that way. I think I am up to like 70 kilometers, so that is absolutely insane for me. A lot of it is cycling because it's just a lot easier for me, although I have found that my feet go very numb, and I posted in the Facebook group that I'm in for people with EDS, and a lot of people have said that that's normal. Well, not normal, but like EDS normal. So I don't know why that happens, but it's kind of annoying. But the recline cycling is a lot easier for me than walking or like even normal standing, to be honest with you. So that is what makes up a majority of my kilometre travelling for fundraising. So if you want to donate, the link will be in the description down there. Back to the main topic. That actually kind of leads into part of my little life update that I'm doing. I got diagnosed with ADHD, if you couldn't tell. Honestly, looking back on it, it's like I have so many of the symptoms, and I'm very surprised that no one picked up on it sooner, myself included. So it's been about 4 years, but I had CBT in my first year of university, and one of the first things my therapist asked me after talking to her was, "Do you have ADHD?" And me being was like, no. Why? And then it was swiftly followed by, "Oh, you should probably get checked for that." And I was like, why? But she explained that from what I was telling her, it sounds like I do, and I should probably look into it. And I started looking into it more, and yeah, here we are. All the forms basically said high chance of ADHD. My GP said high chance of ADHD. I had to go through Right to Choose, which is a UK system for when the NHS waiting lists are really long. So I was on the NHS waiting list for 3 years before I got on Right to Choose, and when I got on Rice Chews, it was really, really quick. So if anyone wants advice on that, like, please feel free to message me, because I think from telling my GP to refer me, that was the longest part. So actually my GP referring me to going to Rice Chews, that was the longest part, and that was probably about 2 months. And then the second that Rice Chews had accepted me, I had an appointment within 2 days and my diagnosis on that day, because it was just glaringly obvious to them. But I now have to wait for an ECG and potentially go on medication, because that is something that I want. And I just want to say, if that's not something that anyone else with ADHD wants to do, that is your choice entirely. Please don't think that I am saying that you have to. But yeah, I got diagnosed with ADHD, so that's a new one for me. I don't really know what to do with that information now. But I have seen that people with ADHD, autism, like any neurodivergencies, tend to drift together. And I feel like that's really shown in my friend group. They won't mind me saying that, because at least 2 of them are diagnosed. So yeah, 2 of them are diagnosed. My partner's got ADHD as well. So we tend to gravitate towards each other just because we sort of understand each other, and that makes a lot of sense. So my friends would always send me these videos like, oh, that ADHD moment when blah blah blah, and I'd be like, oh, that's me, but I don't have ADHD. Newsflash, yes you do. I also went kind of quiet on my Instagram and TikTok especially, because I just had nothing to post, and I was in a flare-up for probably about a solid month, so filming was the last thing on my mind. Hence why it's been almost 2 months since my last podcast episode. I am still really red, that's really not good. But yeah, 2 months since my last podcast episode, there's so much. My brain is getting overwhelmed with like how much has happened and what I want to include in this video. So yeah, here we go. The reason I sort of went quiet, as well as having the flare-up, I rebranded my entire business. There was so much weight linked to the old name of Amethyst Influencers. And if you don't know me, you know that was the name of my old business. It's an influencer agency. I help connect my clients to brands, get them collaborations, take them to events, all that sort of thing, and also just educate on social media and how to grow their own channels. I'm also going to promote that here. Promotion in the show notes, bio, description thing. It's in the thing. But yeah, my new name is now Content with Caitlin. I have been a content creator for almost 5 years now, and I've worked with huge brands, like some as big as like designer Givenchy brand, and you know, Boohoo, New Look. I'm an ambassador for both of those now. And since starting my new Instagram account, so I used to have an Instagram account with 30,000. I now have a new account which is, I think it's like 3.8 now. So you know, a fair amount still, but not as big as 30,000. And I'm still working with brands like Boohoo and New Look. So I want to show people that that's something you can do. I will make a whole nother video on like why I started content creation and all that sort of thing, so I'll try not to talk about that too much. But the old name held like just way too much weight for me. I used to have a business partner, and there were problematic times. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to cause drama, but there were some problematic times and it just got too much. So they left, they're gone, and it's just me, my business, my little baby. And in November it will be 2 years since I started it. That just makes me so happy as well, because recently we've moved to like a monthly subscription as well as the guide. The monthly subscription is absolutely my favorite product at the moment, purely because like I feel like it's just this little tight-knit group of, you know, those clients that want to push themselves further. It's just absolutely amazing to me. It fills me with so much energy, whereas before the rebrand I did not have that energy. I did not have this feeling. So me and a couple of my monthly girls have applied to go to London Fashion Week shows, just waiting approval for like 2 of them, I think. I've been invited to 2 London Fashion Week shows, and that is insane to me. My last London Fashion Week and the one before were kind of a nightmare. So again, that's going to be a whole nother video. I have 3 stories now of London Fashion Week shows just not going well. So again, that'll be a whole nother video. Completely separate thing. Another thing I'm really excited about is that I have started volunteering for my local library. I feel really grateful that I'm able to do that now, because without my electric wheelchair I would not be able to do that. Like, I know I wouldn't. And just being able to have that, like, it took me, I first reached out about the electric wheelchair in November of 2021 and I got it maybe 3 or 4 months ago. So, you know, long process, but now it's here. I'm so happy and so grateful. Like, I can do so much more now than what I ever could. Like, using that to preserve my energy on like big days out means that I can actually do other things as well. And even in a flare-up, like if my dog really needs walking, I can still take her if I'm home alone, which is something I couldn't do before, and I felt so bad just telling her to go in the garden because, you know, she's fine. But she's a 2-year-old Staffy, she needs the exercise, and she's absolutely crazy sometimes, so she needs to run off that energy. Yeah, my Staffy is 2 years old. I'll put a picture of her here for those watching on YouTube or even watching on Spotify, because you can watch video podcasts now. But she's just like the best thing in my life. I absolutely love her. I reckon that my partner will not listen to this for quite a while, so he won't say anything for a while. No one tell him. No one tell him. But yeah, volunteering at my local library, I actually do like the summer reading challenge sort of things. So when I was younger, every single summer I'd do the summer reading challenge. It's for all the primary schools and, you know, those that are going into secondary school, and even like little babies we have doing it, and, you know, their parents do it and they just get stickers, and it's just a fun little activity for them. But it's the sweetest thing when you see these little kids come in and they're so excited about reading, because that used to be me, right? I used to love reading, but now I haven't read a solid book in probably about a year. I listen to audiobooks more because my eyes sometimes just mess up, so reading, like physically reading, can be quite difficult. So audiobooks are my absolute favourite. I've literally just purchased Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers by Tam Words, but I absolutely love her videos. Insane. So I am really excited for this book. Before that, it's mostly like money mindset stuff that I've been reading, but we'll move on from that anyway. I'm recording this on the 21st. I don't know when it will be edited and posted, but that means that almost a full week ago I saw Taylor Swift in concert. Now, I am not a huge Swiftie, please do not kill me in the comments, but I do like her music, I genuinely do. And also Paramore were opening for her, so, you know, that pushed me over the edge. I was going. And one of the few quote-unquote perks of being disabled is that I get a carer's ticket. You know, someone to go with me. Now, my partner actually took his sister to this concert for her birthday, and they were sitting like the opposite side of the arena and further away than what I was. But I took my friend Katie and we had the best time. We were vibing to Paramore, like, it was brilliant. I met one of my online friends, Phil, and hopefully we will be doing a podcast together, so that will be really fun. That's meant to be recorded on Friday, so I don't know if that will be out first or if this will be out first, but either way, that will be on Spotify, so check to see when that's out, because I can't wait. The whole reason I started my podcast, right, was to get guests on, and like different people with different disabilities, to share their stories, not necessarily their diagnoses, because I know some people don't like doing that, but sharing their stories, sharing anything they go through, sharing the ups, the downs, literally absolutely anything. And Phil, hoping everything goes right on Friday, will be my first guest, and that makes me so happy, especially considering I haven't actually posted in about 2 months, and oh my god, the lighting just changed. I'm even more red. Should I put makeup on? I feel like I should probably put makeup on for these. I'm so used to just podcast recording, like I will sit there in my pyjamas. To be quite honest, you're lucky that I'm not in my pyjamas now for this video, because most of the time I would be. I had my lashes done for the first time ever. I feel good. I feel like I probably could have drawn my eyebrows on though, because they kind of go missing, but it's fine, we'll go with it. I feel like the more comfortable I get talking to you guys like this with no makeup, just completely authentic, then like the more confident I'll become, the better the videos will be. Because although I'm pretty okay with like talking to the camera and everything, live videos are not my strong suit. So I figure if I do more talking to camera videos, start my YouTube up again, then hopefully live videos will, like, you know, come with it and be better. I also have a live planned with my friend Zikra, and that will be about personal branding, social media, etc. So keep an eye out for that. We've rescheduled it about 6 times. Again, chronic illness and disability, not the best mix for, you know, scheduled planning things, because it can go wrong literally so quickly. Like, I could be fine 1 hour and the next hour just be like, boom, done. So, example this morning, right? I woke up at 6, absolutely fine. Got changed, made my breakfast downstairs, and by made my breakfast I mean I got an apple, and started trying to edit videos, because I tend to do that early in the morning when there's like, it's my me time, it's my quiet time. I can get things done without being disturbed, basically because no one else is awake yet, other than my partner, who is up here getting ready. So I'll go downstairs, get everything done. I'd say about like 7ish I just started drifting I could not keep my eyes open. I was like half conscious, and that happens quite a lot, but that's what I mean. Like 6:30 I felt fine. By 7 o'clock I was like, no, I need to go back to bed. So went back to bed till about 10, gym session, and now here we are with a live update. Another thing I want to say about just getting my wheelchair, like I went into the Taylor Swift concert in my wheelchair. So I had a wheelchair spot and a carer spot. And if I hadn't have gone in my wheelchair, I don't think I could have gone to my friend's kid's birthday party on the Saturday. So I went on the Thursday and then the party was Saturday. Now, it doesn't seem like much because, you know, it's a 2-year-old's birthday party. What am I realistically going to be doing? Because I don't necessarily have to, you know, chase around the kids, join in with their games, blah, 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 blah. You know, there's other parents there. Other parents. I'm not a parent. But the kids' parents are there to look after them all. I mean, my friend Rachel basically had all 4 of the kids just following her around at one point, so we were just chilling, the rest of us. Like, I don't necessarily have to be the one looking after them, which, you know, I'm fine with looking after them, but some, you know, again, chronic illness and toddlers do not go. I absolutely adore my friend's kids. Like, they're my little adopted nieces and nephew, so seeing them all together was just the best feeling. It was so sweet. We had such a good time. There was a little barbecue. My partner actually finally met some of my friends. So he's not met my Instagram friend group, I call them, because I have like different groups of friends, but my Instagram friend group, my absolute best friends. So it's like, for example, right, the content I make is very, very different to the content that I like watching. So I like watching a lot of mindset stuff, a lot of you know, motivational videos, and Poketubers, you know, like Pokemon YouTubers. Love watching videos like that. Have I considered streaming? Yes. Have I done anything about it? No. Am I going to do anything about it? Probably not. There's already too much going on, like Instagram, TikTok, now YouTube again, that I really, really want to get started. And obviously my podcast, which I've sort of let slip, and my business account. Like, that's 5 things. That's 5 things, which is probably 4 too many for my brain to handle. So that's why we repurpose content. That's one of the big things that I promote in my business as well, is actually learning how to reuse and repurpose content, because why should you push yourself to the point of burnout just creating content for other people? Like, I love talking to my followers, I love talking to my subscribers, the people that have been there since the start, and even the ones that have been there since 2 minutes ago. I don't want to burn myself out. And that might be selfish, but that's something I promote in my business, is very much like balancing the content creation with the self-care, because it is harder than some people think, especially with myself being a disability-based, like, influencer, quote unquote. I hate that word. It's just got such negative connotations to it, but I prefer content creator, if anything. And again, I've gone off on about 10 tangents. I don't even know what the original point was that I was trying to tell you, but this is just a huge muddled up life update video, just to explain where I've been and hopefully get myself back on track with YouTube as well. I actually think that the last video I made was, I deleted it, so don't try looking for it. But I think the last video I made was actually a Romwe try-on haul. I haven't worked with Romwe since pre-coma, and my coma was like 2.5 years ago. So I really fell off with the long form video, and I can't even tell you why. Like, I could have been recording my podcasts before and uploading them to YouTube and just having these talking head videos like I'm having a conversation with you. And I don't know why I haven't, but one of my friends, she's just moved to Dubai and she started up her YouTube, and she has absolutely inspired me to start. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to get into the YouTube, we're going to be consistent, we're going to have a plan, we're going to make the long form content again. We're not just going to focus on short form. Although, to be fair, I do love short form video, because one of my videos hit 2 million, right? And I didn't find out or didn't realise for about 6 months. It was one of my older videos, and I say 2 million, it was 1.7 million, but like round it up. But I didn't realise for 6 months because I hadn't checked on that one video. And it was only because I was scrolling back on my account to find screenshots of my own proof of my Reels thing, like my Reels strategy, that I went back, because the last time I checked it had like 400,000. So I was like, yeah, I'll go back to that one. It was a while ago, but I know that has the views that I can use as proof that this works. And I look at it and it's 1.7 million, and I text the group chat, I think it was like 1 in the morning, guys, oh my god, like this is my first ever video that's hit the millions. I just want to point out, it wasn't even that good. It was one of my outfits to 10k series which by the way that failed. I was growing so slowly on Instagram, I just got fed up. Yeah, not the thing you really want a social media, like an agency manager to say, but I did just get fed up with it, and I decided like I was doing it more to push myself for the growth rather than make authentic content. So I eventually decided to give up on that, and here we are. Since I've given up on that, I've gained like almost 2,000 followers. So clearly my audience does not like that sort of video, but that's the sort of thing we learn. Like, we post, we make mistakes, we learn. Again, another thing that I promote in my business. I have so many ideas, I'm really excited. Like, you know when you get that, the passion, the groove back, I have it, I am excited. And again, speaking of that, I actually had a call with one of my clients the other day, and that's exactly how she felt after the call, which made me even more excited because that means that I'm doing my job right. But I can't wait. I have so many videos planned. I have some PR like sitting to the left of me that I'm gonna do like a little haul of for one of my videos. Like, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff I could tell you about. This is what I mean. There's so much stuff that happens in 2 months, and I just need to keep on top of it and like actually take my ideas and put them into fruition. I think that's the word. I'm trying to sound fancy, I don't actually know what that word means, but I think I've heard it in that context, so there we go. But yeah, I have my cardiology appointment in half an hour. Wish me luck. Well, by the time you'll see this, it'll already be gone, but still, this will probably be posted before I get the results, so wish me luck on that. I need to ask them to do an ECG for my ADHD thing and a tilt table test for POTS, because POTS and EDS are like comorbidities, they're quite common to have together. So I have all the symptoms, so wish me luck. Not that there's much they can do for POTS, I don't think. If you like the video ideas I've described or just want to catch up for a chat, then please press the subscribe button on YouTube or rate me on Spotify. Both of these help the algorithms and will help me get pushed out to more people. So thank you for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye!